Good evening. Welcome to the Bottomline discussion. Padole is in the house with me today. I'm in Studio A and Maurice Dole is in Studio B. Padole, how are you this evening?
Yeah, Mr. Trimpley, I'm doing very well. Just happy to participate in our top show tonight and to hit on the situation that are really taking place in our country and around the world.
Around the world. But before we get into anything, before I know you're in Manchester area. How's situation on that side? How's how's the weather? How's the Christmas feeling on that side? Talk to us and then tell us what's on your mind for today.
Honestly, since this morning up to present, as I'm seeing, we've been having the bad weather. It's been raining throughout. After that, um, they have been so windy, and according to the news, they even stopping the free flow of the train. They cancel the train movement in our areas for now on until further notice. So the weather is not too good and it continuously been raining. So basically there where we are.
Wow. Anyway,
Well,
as we have for the Christmas, the movement and thing in London have been uh very tense, traffic everywhere, people trying to get their last Christmas shopping. And so for some reason, man, is that people are not people traveling, but most people stay around buying their Christmas shopping. So traffic all over the place. But once again, it's good to be back on the bottom line discussion to talk on national issue and international issue as well. So before we take a musical break and tell me what's really on your mind.
uh, for me, to be honest, for me, we have a serious Liberian program this coming year-end Liberian get-together program in Manchester, where every Liberian in UK are invited to come and chill all with the Liberian people for the Christmas. You will have a free food, you will have a free drink, you mingle with your people, you talk to your friends, you discuss issues, all this kind of thing. That is going on. The programs have already been established, and the commencement will be taking place uh, before the New Year's. That will be Christmas. I mean, immediately between Christmas and the New Year's period, that program will be on the weekend. So we will love to see all our brothers and sisters everywhere in UK to come forward to Manchester and Greater Manchester, creating that program. So you all will be invited. You will be receiving invitations to come if you have the time. So basically, we have that in mind, and that is our planning for this Christmas. Our Christmas celebration will not only be individual celebration. It will be like all the group, family members, children, and say adults, and everybody will go. We already have a place, we hire a place where, and we will go and cheer up for the Christmas this year. That is our
Right,
this is
right,
that's our plan for this year Christmas.
right. Okay.
So
I mean, you
you're
all set for
I'm definitely sure your man Jimmy will give you the detail in the future, so you can be
yeah.
aware.
So
Mm,
that's you. So you gain off for the Christmas celebration in Manchester and be a big thing. That's good. I know
yeah.
Christmas everywhere. People are looking forward to Christmas. I know the feeling, and it's a good thing because in the UK, everybody are indoors on Christmas Day. The whole
Mm,
place shut down. People, those cars
mm,
don't even move. There's no public transport. There's no shop, supermarket. Everything closed. So I know that feeling. So if you have group of people coming together, it's a good thing to share laughter and have drink and have a laugh. And all the la story can come out when group of people gather. So I
oh yes,
understand. So
oh
I
yeah,
see why you're so excited for Christmas. But having
yeah.
said that, any news from Liberia? What's trending in Liberia today? Before we take a musical break and we share the show. Any exciting news that you know of?
Uh, yes, more especially what this lady have done, going as far to lobby with the American government to bring some sanitation into our country. And I hope the 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 ordinary citizen will benefit from that decision she is undertaking with the American government. That's my concern. It's a very good news. The bad news is the lawmaker that's trying to come
So,
up
my
and
brother, so
interview.
that would be our topic. We'll get into it.
Yeah,
Apart
yeah.
from
That
that,
sounds.
everything yeah. Apart from those, anything that so things are okay. You set for the Christmas. So we'll come back to that topic. Let's take a musical break while we share the show. And then when we come back, our viewers also need to share the show because the interesting thing. The thing you're talking about, the foreign minister, the $124 million that the American going to give Liberia for the next 5 years is a good news. And this about health center will be looking at that. And also, we'll be talking about what happened in Benin. Nigeria and France stopped the coup d'etat in Benin. Nigeria used all her sophisticated military might to stop the coup, but then Nigeria, there's something that we will be looking at. Why is it Nigeria have all that they cannot stop Boko Haram? So we really want to dive into this topic today, and we're going to see. I know Linfa will be joining us shortly. He's in the background. He'll signal us when he's ready. So he's setting all, it will be a fruitful discussion tonight. We'll be firing. And then we'll look at the legislature of Liberia. They have come, the representative came up with something. And what it came our way, that's quite interesting. And that one, that they want to have 14 more seats. So the sitting government, they already have 73 of them. The total number 103 of them are stealing from the country. They want our additional 14. We'll be looking at that. So the show will be quite interesting. I have my take on it. You have your take, and Linfa. Linfa, welcome to the Bottomline discussion before we go for our musical break.
Okay, thank you guys. It's been tough a little bit getting on, but I managed to get on. But I think it's going to be fantastic today. We're going to be having wonderful discussions surrounding those topics that you just outlined. So we invite our viewers to stay tuned, or invite somebody along with you, or share the show on your own platform or on your own page, so that others will join us, and then we can have some wonderful discussions.
Yeah, thank you, Linfa. It's good that be the Tuesday edition will be firing because we'll start with international. And that international is Nigeria. Nigeria and the Sahel nation, including Benin. What's going on in West Africa? So those are the topics. Please share the show while we take a quick musical break. Kindly share the show. Be firing tonight. Let's see if we can get our national anthem up. Okay, bear with me, guys. I'm trying to get mine. Kindly share the show. So while we're having some technical issue in the back, Linfo, talk to us. Let me see if I can get this going.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not the I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with their speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you screw us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. No one to trust, my people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then still they delay. People suffer, no work, but people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. They lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. We tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie.
The government lied to us, they betray us, they fool us. Welcome to the Bottomline discussion. Tonight in the house is the Lord Chilopy, the friend of King Charles, with me in Studio 8 and in Studio B, Linford Agwe and Maurice Doty in Studio C from the great city of Manchester. Gentlemen, welcome to the bottom line. Let's have a fruitful discussion tonight. Linford, talk to us. What on your mind? You muted.
What's on my mind is already part of the topic. I was reading through my page on Facebook, and then all of a sudden I came across this bill or this vote that it said the House of Representatives have concluded on to add 14 more new seats to the already 73 that we have. So I think that was news to me, and I was wondering why would they want to do that when we already have uh, a number of people in the house, in the lower house, that people are complaining about. Uh, some of them the complaints are they not doing their job effectively. Some of them they complain against them are that the or all of them is that they are getting huge salaries, and the country is suffering, the people are suffering. So why would they want to increase? Is it part of the unity party's job, provision strategy that they want to create job for people? Or I mean, but then those seats are not jobs that will directly affect the citizenry. It will affect positively with people who are in that position, not the entire districts or that they represent or whatever. So I'm thinking, well, what strategy is that? Is it solely from the government or from the house alone? So I think those are things that we'll be waiting to see or to hear more about. But at the same time, we got to give our views on this. Already people are complaining, so I don't see the need to have additional 14. At least if you create like maybe 2 or 3 more or 14 more seats on the on that particular or in that particular house, so you're gonna have 87 people that we're talking about right there. 87. But I don't know how you guys look at it, but I think it's for me it's not a good sign.
And that's what on your mind. We'll be talking about that before we get to that topic. Let's talk Nigeria. Let's talk Benin and the Sahel nation before we move to Liberia. There was a coup, attempted coup or coup in Benin a few days ago, and it didn't go down well with the French national. President Macron ordered Tinubu to strike Benin to go after the coup plotters, and Nigeria acted swiftly. They resolved that, and the government came back to power. But my question here to you, gentlemen, Nigeria, they used one of their most sophisticated aircraft, bomber jets, to go after the coup the coup makers. But next door, there is Boko Haram and ISIS that's causing trouble in Nigeria, killing Muslims and Christians. And Nigeria cannot use their fighter jet to locate those people. But they were swift to go on Benin. Guys, what say you? Padori, I'll start with you and link for and with this. What's going on with Nigeria?
Yeah, thank you very much. Lucia, the thing is simple and clear, fellow. Nigerians' situation is quite different from the coup issues in Benin. The reason why the coup failed in Benin is the coup were not supported by the citizens. The average citizens of Benin did not support the coup. That's why make the coup to fail. The population refused to accept the coup. That's why that coup failed. So for the Nigeria's situation, the crisis that going on in Nigeria is within themselves. It's in the middle of them. These are the words that are very difficult for any nation to come back and easily eliminate. Because if you have an enemy within yourself, in your house, You're eating together, you're sleeping together, doing everything together. To identify and eliminate them, sometimes it can be very difficult. That's the reason why the Nigerian is struggling basically to get rid of the Boko Haram. Because the Boko Haram is they are missing in the midst of the population. If you say you want to get rid of them, they create problem somewhere. You say you want to go after them and get rid of all of them. You will rather case thousands of innocent citizens in that process. So that's the reason why the Nigerian is struggling to control them. That's my view as a security man. And that's been my life from the time I know myself from the age of 18 up to this present. I've been involved in security, and these are some of the reasons why the Nigerian is struggling with the Boko Haram. But the coup in Benin it will not welcome by the population. Because
So,
otherwise,
so
look, let me learn on the Mr. Chilope. It just happened quite recently in Guinea-Bissau. Guinea-Bissau coup took place right there. Even the former president of Nigeria were there. He was in hostage. Beside that, the ECOWAS peacekeeping force they are stationed in Guinea-Bissau. They're there. They got the ECOWAS peacekeeping force in
Pardon,
Guinea.
hold on. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
Nigeria acted swiftly on Benin coup makers, but the same coup took place in Guinea-Bissau. Why Nigeria didn't act?
yeah. That's what I am telling you. I'm not hearing you, Paul. You're muted.
I, I, no, I'm not muted. I said the same coup took place in Guinea-Bissau. How
Mm,
come Nigeria did not act? But when it happened in Benin, they were swift to take action on those people. Isn't Guinea-Bissau part of ECOWAS? Why Nigeria did not act? That's my question. Or
yeah,
because Macron told Tinubu to act, is that why he listened to the colonial master instead? Why
mm,
they could not do that in Guinea-Bissau?
uh, uh, from my understanding, are you there, Mr. Chuloble?
I'm here listening to you, Padole. Go on, flow.
Yeah. From my understanding, I want you to know is a two different situation. Guinea-Bissau is a country colonized by the Portuguese. The Portuguese is the one that colonized Guinea-Bissau. So, but the point of the issue is Guinea-Bissau could were welcomed by the president who were in power and the citizens of the country. They accepted a coup. But this one we are talking about in Benin, he was rejected by the citizen.
Okay, you said it. Let me go to Linford. Linford, this is quite interesting. Benin share border with Burkina Faso and Nigeria. Benin is part of ECOWAS. Guinea-Bissau is part of ECOWAS. Their coup ECOWAS classify as the, the, the current president of Guinea-Bissau, he staged his own coup, but they didn't act swiftly. But when it came to Benin, Nigeria were able to pour out all her military might to go after those people. But now they were able to locate those people. But in Nigeria, there is Boko Haram, there is access that Nigeria cannot use their air power to go after them, but they're able to go into another country to see what is happening for them to be swift. What say you? And then before you conclude, what another thing happened again, they used Burkina Faso airspace. So what happened? Burkina Faso were able to seize 11 of their pilots. Talk to me, Linfo. Does it make sense? Or is that because the colonial master has spoken to Tinubu? That's why he went behind Benin?
Well, if there is any colonial master here, it should be England, the Great Britain, the UK, because that's a country that colonized uh,
Nigeria.
Nigeria, and and Benin. Also, I think it's colonized by the French people. I think.
The French, the
Okay.
French, yeah, they are
Yeah.
French.
So here is it. There are two things. Nigeria is fighting on two fronts, right? Number one, or they got two interests while they are fighting the coup makers, or why they had to fight them. Number one, in Benin, or in Burkina Faso, there was a coup there, and the military leader is actually being welcomed by the people. The military regime, the people love it. They are doing exactly what the people like. Number two, if Benin stages a coup and this coup is successful, you know what message it will be sending to Nigeria next door? So it's like war starting in, or let's say a coup taking place in Guinea, Ivory Coast, and Sierra Leone, and Liberia is going on right there on the edge of the Atlantic Ocean. You know what message it will send? It could lay a recipe. It could be a recipe for coup in Liberia. I just gave you an example. So
Hmm.
Nigeria is saying no. Burkina Faso did it. ECOWAS tried to, drive them away. They didn't succeed. Mali did it. Guinea in Liberia did it, or Guinea near to Liberia did it. So Benin, if you succeed, the next country will be Nigeria, and Nigeria knowing their own history. Nigeria. I was in Abuja in 1997, right after the elections in Liberia, and we are made a visit there. I still remember that time. It was in September on a Wednesday, and we made several trips. I had a car assigned to me, right? So the travel I made several trips between my hotel, Nakon Noga Hilton Hotel, and Asura. So every time we enter this compound, this Asura coming to the state house, you can tell that it's not just easy to make a coup and go and enter those gates. I'm not talking about wire fence. I'm talking about real hard walls. So it's
Hmm.
not easy to just enter there and go and make a coup and kill the president or drive the president away. So I was tempted. So I asked the driver, I said, Oga, I want to ask something, but I'm not too sure whether it's good. He said, what? I said, well, it's security wise. He said, yeah, Oga, talk. I know what you want to talk. So I said, well, how is it that these military people can make coup? He said, He said, look, he said, it's a leadership in Nigeria. It's a clique. When certain group get there, after that time, they can decide to remove the other group and put a new group. He said, he said, look at the wars. How possible is it that these people will come unless they bring jet bomber? And he said, our coup in Nigeria, we are now use jet bomber on this building to get a president. They are always, driving the president out or killing them. So Nigeria, knowing their own history, is something that they try to prevent. Then at the same time, Nigeria is fighting Boko Haram, that you just mentioned. So the pressure is on them. They got to do something to keep the security. So I don't think, well, it may be the influence of Macron because we understand he's closely tied with this Omen Tinubu. But I think Nigeria is fighting in their own interest. The Boko Haram war is on their hand, and coup taking place right next to will mean danger for them. I don't know, but I think that's some of the reasons why. And you talk about why Nigeria cannot use their air power to go after Boko Haram. I will tell you something. Boko Haram, hmm, that group may not be a small group. This is a group that Nigeria have fought. They have dislodged them several times, and the guys will come back and gain ground. So if Nigeria begin to use air power on no boys getting the potential to also acquire airplane from somewhere. So this kind of we fought war in Liberia. You know what war is. There is no fair play in war. So why are you thinking that somebody is your friend when war situation comes? That your friend who you think is your friend could be supporting your enemy because your enemy is not your friend's enemy. So I think Nigeria, they were acting in their own interest. I don't know, but that's why I said I think that they don't want that coup in Benin to succeed because Benin shares very close border with, in fact, not close. They got common border with Nigeria. Okay, I travel from Ghana straight to Nigeria through Togo, Benin, and then going to Nigeria. So I know it's land border. Just all you need to do is cross the border and you can walk. So I think there is this fear from Nigeria about the coup. That's why they were acting swiftly.
So, but then the thing is, they seen Guinea-Bissau is in airport,
They
and
don't
and,
Nigeria in this case.
and,
That's what I'm
and then
saying.
how they call this guy, Jennington, good Lord Jennington was in the country when the coup took place.
Yeah, but
Nigeria could not act swiftly. You see,
the
so
the the thing the point I'm making is that in this case, I don't think Nigeria was acting on behalf of ECOWAS or whatever. No, safety first. The first law of preservation the first law of nature is self-preservation. So the three of us here, we are in a kino, and the kino capsule. I will not start saving you first. I'll make sure I save
okay,
you.
but hold on. The thing is, Benin is a sovereign nation. What gave
Mhm.
Nigeria the power? They're not interfering with Nigeria. That their internal affair. So if they
No,
want to,
but
it's they,
I think Nigeria, I think Benin might have called. Benin might have called because I
so
tried to. I
so
saw
the story,
that
yeah,
I saw that
the
story.
hold on. The
Mhm.
storyline is the French president influenced Tinubu to take action. That is the story. But then Nigeria
Yeah, it
came
could be
out with
true
this story.
also.
Say they came out with this story to have face. Say, oh, it was the call from the president who was in hiding to act on their behalf. But then this, if you're going to act on their behalf, there's another president too in the same West Africa that ran to Senegal while ECOWAS, because if they call in Nigeria to act on their behalf, which we know is not true, because we know ECOWAS is a useless organization. I can say it, that's my free expression. But because the colonial master has spoken to Nigeria, do something. That's why,
Okay,
because what happened here,
okay,
if you
okay.
draw the map,
This is this is hypothetical. Or we cannot clearly say that France called on Tinubu or Nigeria to go and act to quell that situation. We can't say that point blank because there is no clear record to that. Then equally so, we can also say that it was the Benin government that called for help. So we don't know until you know it's difficult to say. So what I would believe
yeah,
from security perspective, which could make much sense, is that Nigeria was acting probably for fear of the coup fail I call it, yeah, filtering into their country. But it's also possible that the president of Benin might have called on Nigeria to move and say, no, listen, you are next door, and this is happening to me. They say when your neighbor's house is on fire, what you do? You go to help, because when that fire crosses and come to you, maybe you too will be consumed. So you go to help your neighbor put the fire off. So this is a whole net. It's a whole network. Nobody knows. It could be the French influence. It could be the president of Benin calling for help and say, "This thing happening to me. Come and help." Next time your own happening, I'll come and help too. So the possibilities are everywhere. We cannot
I
already write off any possibility.
that's spot on. Linford. But another thing is let's draw the map.
Okay.
Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali, they share border. They just in they call it the Sahel nation, right? Then if Benin get there, what happens? That number increases because they
Okay.
share border.
Mhm.
That number increases. So ECOWAS fear here is because why did they act on Guinea-Bissau is
Yeah, but
because
okay, let me
Guinea-Bissau
ask you, Paul.
is
When you
passive.
read a
Yeah,
story, you have read a
yeah.
story. Is there anything mentioned in that story that it was ECOWAS that asked Nigeria to go and act, or is it Nigeria
Now,
act?
under the night of the coup, ECOWAS
Uh-huh.
have called all their leaders and summoned them to Abuja. Now, the thing is, on Al Jazeera, that there was authorization from France. So the question is, the French government know that if this other one of their colonies leave, economically it's not good for them because what happened to the three countries that left from them? They're not paying taxes anymore to France. And now have Tinubu as one of the closer allies to Macron. It was quite easy for them to add. And I agree with you too when you say, oh, if this happens in Benin, Nigeria could be the next because they all share border. So I agree with you on that thing. But what I'm saying, the same thing happened in Guinea. In Guinea, and Air Force said, "Oh, they should stop." In fact, when it happened in Burkina Faso, it was Nigeria that threatened to bomb Burkina Faso. What happened in Nigeria could not spread because the backing Burkina Faso had from Russia. That was the back off. But in this case, Nigeria was swift to end this thing, which I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. But then what happened? Another story to it. They used Burkina Faso airspace when they went on the attack. So Burkina Faso now managed to capture some of their planes and powder. They use the jet call. They are one. They call it the C-130 bomber jet that they use. And Burkina Faso were able to capture them. They have 11 of their military people now in custody, and they investigate why did they use their airspace. So now it's going to become confrontational. You see what I'm coming from? This
Yeah,
is so Air Force.
Uh,
it could be confrontational if Nigeria will want to probably forcibly get their pilots or plane or whatever it is, and Burkina Faso will not, of course, give in. But again, you got to know, like, no, if I got a big brother who is stronger than somebody who I'm in confrontation with, that person got to have a second thought. So Burkina Faso will not just go, I mean, or Nigeria will not just go to Burkina Faso and say we came for our people. No. So they're going to negotiate. So I don't see any big confrontation there. But
Okay,
If Nigeria will want to pull a bull by the horn and feel that they are the giant Africa and they can do anything, then of course it becomes confrontational. But I think it's negotiable. They can, they can settle it and say, no, listen, probably it was a mistake that we use the airspace and we are negotiating that you can let our people go, fine. But if they want to use force, then it becomes confrontational because internationally you're not supposed to just violate somebody's airspace. And what if they
yeah,
have shut down some of their planes? So
yeah,
I think I don't see any big confrontation there yet until somebody will provoke that situation.
yeah, I agree. I agree.
oh,
Okay. Kadoni, you want to say something before transition to your beloved country, Liberia?
oh, yes. As I said initially, you see, the Boko Haram situation, as I said, is a very, very complicated situation where Liver could attest to that. So, civil war, more especially people fighting within themselves, to curtail that is very difficult. That's my view on Boko Haram situation. But the Benin situation is here is it the citizen did not welcome the coup like on the other country then. So at the end of the day, the coup have failed within herself before even Nigeria could go and reinforce. That's why I heard, and that's why
Okay.
we that's the information we got on that coup situation. The coup have already declined before the involvement of the Nigeria to contain the situation because the citizen did not embrace the coup. So if to say the citizen
Right.
accepted the coup, it's going to be difficult for a foreign country to just come in to do anything. So that's why I
Right.
know of. So we can go to Liberia and discuss our issue
So
down there if
we,
possible.
we got a few minutes to transition to Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Donald Trump signed Donald Trump called Congo president and Rwanda president few last week, and they came up with a peace agreement. But today, the M23 rebel group from that been backed by Rwanda have advanced into another city that they want to capture. So the peace that Donald Trump talking about that he brought peace to Congo. Af- After that meeting, the situation now is gone to another level. That so the Congolese president now say Paul Kagame is now sticking with the peace plan, and now they're going to capture another city, the M23. That's what happened. That's the news today. So
Mm.
there's Donald Trump with his 10,000 peace uh, that he have talked about. He brought peace around the world. We know the peace he are bringing to Congo. He wanted the mineral, the rare earth mineral. Now, Paul Kagame now listening to him. The M23 is advancing heavily. What say you guys on this topic? If you know about it, if not, then we'll move to Liberia.
Well, I don't know much. I don't know much about. I haven't read from the N23 situation, but I was just reading something, but it slipped away. So I came to another one on my phone. It has to do with the situation in Nigeria. Nigeria have finally admitted that one of their C-130 aircraft is being held in Burkina Faso. According to that story, I didn't read the
Okay,
whole thing. I was reading it and then it just went away. But uh,
okay,
it's saying that the story is saying that there is something about the explanation from Nigeria that was not add up. They said
mm.
this aircraft was on its way on a what they call a ferry mission to
To
Portugal.
Italy.
Yeah,
Oh,
to
is that
Portugal.
Portugal?
So,
You right? Portugal,
yeah.
yeah.
So the story is saying that if they were going to Portugal, and if you look at the airspace, if you chart a map for the air route, because they get air route. You don't get fly because you
Mm,
get wing. Okay. So you should be going northwest of Africa instead of going northeast. Because if you go northeast from Nigeria, that means you're going in the middle of Africa, you're going to be passing through the country, then over Burkina Faso, you're going to be going to all the way going to Egypt then. So you got to go north
yeah.
west, and then we'll be heading towards Senegal, Liberia, and then going up. So there is something about that thing. But like I said before, we gotta wait, and we're gonna get a clear understanding why and how Nigeria managed to go and intervene in that coup, and then we gotta know who is behind it. And I was reading somewhere, but I don't know, maybe that story was belated, where the coup, I think the head of the coup, one general, is it general or lieutenant colonel? I think voice of general. The last name I remember is Tigri. Tigri said he was still alive, he was still safe, and nothing has happened to him. So let's wait and see. We're going to get more development.
Yeah,
These things they are developing. They, this is
yeah.
an this is developing thing. It's not an event to say we're hosting it today when finish. No, it's developing. So we'll see and we'll hear more details.
You're right. You're right, Lincoln. We know the true story. It coming up slowly. Who
Mhm.
authorized Tinubu? Because it was the president from Benin. We're going to know the true story because nothing have forever. Something going to come up. So you're right.
Yeah, and
Okay.
another warning from Mali president. Another warning from Mali president to Nigeria, to Tinubu. I just reading it again just now that but we're going to get a full detail. These things, they are very sensitive. I don't like to discuss them in the absence of proper information. So we wait
Mm,
until we hear from the sources, and we get. We are waiting. We're not rushing. We're not passing. We are here. So we're going to get the full
yeah,
details later.
that's great. All right. So let's move on, guys. Let's move on to Mama Liberia, the most interesting country that we all love. Let's move on. Linford, you're talking about this situation with the 14 additional districts that they want to add to the legislature. We already have 103 of them, 73 in the lower house that have seized, how they call it, the economy of the country, that the country cannot prosper. They want to add additional 14 more thieves on that list. What say you? Talk to me. Let me do some technical thing behind the scene here.
Look, listen. Um, I don't know.
So,
These lawmakers, people have always accused them. Majority of the Liberian people have accused these lawmakers of being the problems in Liberia. Instead of being the lawmakers that they should be, they have been the problems, and they are proving it. Listen, a small country like Liberia, we used to have 9 counties in Liberia under the True Party, and for everlasting, these 9 counties were doing very well. I mean, say what you want to say, there were peace and tranquility. Things were working, even though people were not they were not making that much money those days, but things were all right. I mean, I saw a little bit of the Tubman era, and I saw the Tower era, and then the Doe era. Things were okay. Then the 6 territories that we had, they transformed them into counties, making the 9 counties 15 counties. So then, automatically, there were additional lawmakers added to those ones we had many years ago under the True Party government. And then, fast forward, we are having problem. Number one, they are being paid very exorbitantly. They make too much money. Number two, they got a whole lot of immunities. Number three, they some of them not even making laws. Some of them are just there waiting for that 6 years to run again and get 12 years, some of them 18 years. Okay? So people have always said that these people are the problem, and then they are proving to be the problem. Why would you need additional 14? I mean, the number is my thing. I'm not against creating new seats, but what are those people coming to do? What is new that we didn't see yet that the other 14 people coming to do? Hmm? So I think for me, I think it's a problem. I think that is not a wise decision. I think this is an attempt on the Bouaka government's side to to create an impression that they are creating jobs, and these jobs that they are creating will be only for specific people, not for the entire nation. How many people are going to benefit? Okay, say one representative will employ a few people in his office, and then that's it. The rest of the country remains what it is, or even worse than what it is. So I think it's a bad decision. And but again, they are the lawmakers. They make the law. They made their own salary. Nobody can change it. So again, since they have already voted on it, and I think that is one of the improvement that Richard Kuhn will be bringing to the legislature.
Well, the lower house agree, they voted, so they're going to send it to the upper house for acceptance. So
Yeah, but
this resolution
trust me, it's not going to be any difference. The upper house will accept it because
will accept. You see,
yeah, because they themselves will want to also create some seats, and then they will get help also from the lower house.
but
So
so
nobody should
$5,
expect anything else.
$5. What
yeah.
this thing about additional 14 seeders, to me, it does not make sense because you have the 73 seat already. Those 73 seats hijack the country money, the economy of the country. Each of them for 6 years, they get two vehicles each for 45,000. A bench service bar, they get scratch card. So all the taxpayer money end up with those 73, and they want to add additional 14 more thieves to that 73. What say you? Is it a good idea, or what is God taking Liberia to be a country of joke, or what?
This thing that happening today is not today's story. It's been happening for record ages. Uh, when Samuel Doe uh, became elected president, he did it. Marshall territory was declared as a county, which is a Margibi. Uh, Bombing was declared as a county. So once Mr. Taylor became president as well, he also declared another areas as a county. Then where they start having senator representative here and there, and rest of it. So the government, our government, have been taking advantage over the citizen from time to time. But this kind of situation before in any civilized society, in any civilized government, before things like that happen, there should be a sanction to know the number of citizens within this area before you create them as a consequences where they will have a representative to represent. And our government have not been doing that. And few guards, greedy people sit down in the house of parliament and discuss something among themselves, and they make it as a law, and it become binding on the citizen. Instead of the citizens revoking this thing then and demanding their representatives to retract, they didn't do it. They accept it. That's the kind of country we have. And decision right now these people are taking is welcomed by the president. The one the president have sleep on his left hand side and wake up in the morning and start thinking about this kind of situation, then he should treat the lawmaker that honored his control to carry on this kind of unscrupulous situation, and it happened. So basically, even at the end of the day, when the Senate concur with this proposal, and the president have to put the signature on it to approve, to become binding. If the president not in favor of it, the representative will not even start. So you and I will only talk and get tired. You know, they have the saying in that country. When people are saying a real thing, they people that don't have the guts to defend and protect the citizen interest, they will be telling that person you will cry and tire. Like the McGivy senator said it to another labyrinth lawmaker when he was talking. That was their business between them. He told him, he said, this is a labyrinth situation. You will cry and tire. So we, the citizens in this matters, we will cry and tire because
Okay.
the senators
Padole,
will concur with it.
Padole, what? Let me hold you to okay, ask you this question because you did mention though, you did mention Taylor, and when Eddie came, that's when we had all of these districts. But there was a referendum, not referendum, there was a census here, I think it was 2021 under George Weah administration, 2021, 2022. So although people say they were not counted, we know there's some kind of book or census went on. But my question is, when this happened, when these 14 districts are accepted, if Unity Party, on a Unity Party, they added additional 14 districts, does that mean the people in those districts would not favor Unity Party to vote their income 2029? That's my question.
I don't think so. I don't think so because it's not about the citizen accepting the ruling establishment to vote for them. No, the point of the matter is the entire country, not only the area that the creating these districts and whatever, the entire country will suffer the consequences of their decision. You understand what I'm saying? So look at
Mhm.
Margibi, they got, I think they got one. Nimba, they got two. Mosarara, four. Bonkande, two. Lofa, two. Just like that, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
where did creating as a consequences in this country? That's why I can't understand. That's and
Right.
you have to base Mr. Chilople, you have to base on the number of the citizens within that area. They have done an essential to funnel the increases of the citizens in this area. No,
So
right now
so
the
this
entire country. Can I
yeah,
land on
but
this,
for
sir?
one time, yeah, I want you to learn because there's something else you're saying, and I want you to learn, and you learn on this. There's a place in Montserrat County called District 17 that have a huge population. Are they going to divide District 17 into two? Because the population over there is
This,
huge. It's a
yeah,
bigger
yeah,
district.
yeah, yeah. One of my friend who, yeah, are you there, Mr. Chilibri?
Go
My
on, we here.
friend, yeah, District 2 is one of the huge populated areas in Monserrado. District 2. The man who was representing, he and I work in the force was assigned in the scene office, Jimmy Wangbe Smith. He was representing for District 2, Jekota. This gone election, he will put it out. So he been advocating, lobbying to go to Johnsonville areas and stuff and things to declare as a district. He been lobbying, even because he knew where he was in Jagota. He was not strong. He was not that much welcomed by the citizen there. So he knew that they're gonna vote him out because he smelled it before the election. He's a CDC's partisan. So that's the reason they trying to create all this. It's just a personal interest. That's how I see it. The citizen
Right,
themselves cannot benefit. You
right.
understand what I'm saying? The citizen will not
Yeah.
benefit.
So
So those that
let's
can,
bring info in on the
yeah, let the info come in. But for me, I see no sense in it. To be honest, and the government, the sitting government, have been taking advantage over their citizens from time to time. They've been doing it, creating this kind of unnecessary expenses on the country.
info. District 17 is the largest district in terms of population in Montserrat County. After District 17 is District 4. So Montserrat alone, because I don't know what determines the population before you become district. So are we going to have District 17 split into two because the population is huge and the landscape is wider? What say you?
Well, first I will start by addressing one thing you mentioned, which is whether the UP government is trying to do this thing or create a new seats in order to influence votes from those
Yeah,
new areas that will be created. Um, Logically, it will sound good. It could be logically that okay,
hmm,
they'll have something to campaign on. Say we gave you people district status, and so we want your vote. We'll do more for you. Once you vote us, we have already given you the district status. So keep us in power, and we'll do more for you. And I think that's the
hmm,
major reason why they want to do that. And
yeah,
secondly, like I said, they want to create job for some of that people. Remember that I think President Walker had made almost all of the appointments in government over the last 2 years. The appointment continue until even this year, and I think they have exhausted almost all good seats. When I mean good seats, seats that most of their supporters, probably those from abroad or those that were on the ground, that cannot just do any kind of job, that don't want to be civil servants, that want appointed jobs, can do. That's why they're creating these jobs. And remember that if you create 14 new seats with 14 new representatives, that's a huge chunk of votes for you from each
yeah,
district. So I think the major reason why they're doing this is political, and that's the political reason behind it. And you talking about splitting uh district number 7 and
Oh,
number 4,
17, 17,
17,
17.
17 and number 4. Yes, it could also be because when I look, as we speak, I come from Ponkante, and Ponkante is creating 2 new seats. So I'm thinking, because my district, district number 1, electoral district number 1 in Ponkante is the largest so far now. So are they going to split my district into 2? And the possibility is, of course, yes, because that's the largest district, and that district comprises of several clans and several chiefdoms. Okay, and that's a the Woluta, Pai, Kokoya, and we're talking about it's a huge area from where the border of Nima County all the way going to the border of Grand Basso County. Okay, so it's a huge district. So I can see that that's one of the districts that they will split. And I don't know which other district in Pong County they will split, because they're not going to create new landmarks though. So it's the same existing districts
Exactly.
that we want to split. So and 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 that district, in my district, district number 1, long time ago, I think even before the Taylor time, uh yeah, yeah, I think around the Taylor time or before the Taylor time, uh, people were fighting to split away to make a district. So I don't know where the split will come from, whether it will affect my area or it will affect the other side of the district. I don't know yet, but I can show you. And we are talking today is the what? The 9th of December 2025. Remember what I'm telling you, that Bon County District number 1 is one of the districts that will be affected if this thing goes through. Okay,
Hmm.
so if you divide Bonkante district, electoral district number 1 into 2, make sure that those people, or be assured that those people who will be left in that new district will want to pay loyalty to the government that gave them the district status. So it's highly political, Paul, like you said, it's highly political.
Hmm. Well, it wouldn't surprise me at all because remember, I think Lower Bond County and Upper Bond County they wanted a split. So if these guys gonna have additional 14 districts, there is a strong possibility that they could split Bond County and Nima County as well. Because if you want to stay in power forever, they will do anything. And this is how I see this group at the hailing to show that oh, you wanted Bond County split will give you all the split. Nima County between Mano and Gio, there could be a big split there too. So this is quite interesting, man. These guys they're not thinking about the people well-being. They're not thinking about how people will put food on the table, job creation. It's not their case, but there are additional motives in Labrador would say roles
Yeah,
to
but
the
the question is, why are you creating the district or the new seat? What can they offer that the people who are there presently are not offering? Okay, you don't have money. The president is literally everywhere, going everywhere looking for money. And I'll tell you something. I had a podcast 2 days ago, and I said this government is not going to get money for anywhere else now. If they're lucky, they'll get our MCC money. If they're lucky. But for other government to give them money, it will be difficult. Few reasons. Number 1, the major reason is the president Boaka had no outside contact. No, this man, only in Liberia, we can call him local giant. The moment you put him in Air Kenya, you lift him up. Once he goes up, he got no contact elsewhere. I mean, I'm telling you the fact. We saw this thing with people like Ellen Johnson and who have contact all over the place. President Johnson Sirleaf visited this Norway 2 different times. When she came, she was yelling at any of us. They had to one old hotel in Oslo called Best Western Hotel. We went there. She was in some kind of stock-up room. Eh? So these people, they got Ellen, we talking about Ellen, so Ellen had a little edge when she was elected because why? That war Benson thing was helping her,
Mhm.
that contact. Number 2, the rest of the world wanted Liberia to get back on their feet. And Ellen used some small contact. But this president, this man has no contact. As look, in less than 1 month, the man have made almost 4 or 5 trips. And some of the trips are not announced. I told you I came back from Liberia on the 24th of November. Joe Baga was on that flight. he stopped in Ghana, and I need to learn that he went to Morocco. Okay, then he came back. Right after he came back, then he went to where? Nigeria. Then he came back, and he just came from somewhere in the future. So the owners all want to play looking for money. You can't get it. You see, and then you're going to create 14 additional seats that you got to go cater to them. Man, I don't understand these people. For you Liberians, who are you Liberians, who are voting, who are the voters? If you can see now, hmm, if you can make that change that you love them, seeking to get good life, if you can make it, then I'm sorry to say you are doomed. At least for now, you are doomed. For the next 6 years, or they say he will be there for 24 years. The next 24 years, he's doomed, or you guys are doomed. Because if you can make a wise decision, you say that you get somebody who is in the local, somebody who can know outside contact. And for the intern, I've always told these people, in my own podcast, I always tell them the women knows who they call, or what they call, who knows you. They know it better. The women, I was sitting here, Paul, you, Mr. Dolly, it will go back to Liberia. Any British company or any company from Europe, they come and they want to employ people. You got good qualification that they want. And somebody like Liberia got similar qualification with you. And you go and in the interview, they get to know that you have lived in the UK, you have worked there. You in fact, you come from the UK. My friend, that person can have 1,000 degree. They will take you because they know that at least you know small thing that they want. Something they know you. Okay, so you got one local
And
giant who even know
and live
outside like you are Guinea, and you got this person and you think because of popularity that he got in the country, he can help you. No. When I met appear anywhere, the first thing people start asking which country president is this? Where is he coming for money? Okay, yeah, they will promise you. They say we'll get you something. The moment you turn your back, my friend, they put close on that one. You're not gonna get it. They don't owe you. You begging. They can decide who they help. Go ahead, Paul.
live live for you right. The British man would know found out that oh he live in England. He understand the work ethic.
Right.
But the guy in Liberia, you're gonna train him.
Yes.
And if they want to make money, that training time, that process and that waste of money.
Waste of the
So they
money.
rather take the guy, that understand the work ethic to employ him than the
Yeah,
guy that they just gonna bring and train.
yeah.
That's common
But
sense.
Paul, it is simple here. Every time, all of us here will know the system. When you apply, whether you too qualified for that job, but they will still look for something called what? Reference.
Yeah,
Hmm? You got to give
yeah.
your reference. You got to get a telephone number, their email, and everything. Because they will ask,
Hmm.
how is Paul? They know if to do the job. Paul can do the job. But how is his ethic? Can Paul come to work on time? Does Paul like to
Exactly.
work? Is Paul productive? Is Paul this kind of person that will not take instruction? All these things they want to find. Then they go take one Yapalo from Liberia and unfortunately who has worked in England for a lifetime. And that Yapalo from Liberia because he think he got qualification and he can't step with interview with Paul. The people will give the first preference to Paul because what they know him, they can relate to him. Okay, so but when we talk it, they don't understand. They think that like bro,
Yeah.
who knows where you go bring your uncle, daughter, or your auntie son and me. No, no, no. That's not it.
And
All
that's
right.
the point. So you made a point, and we will bring Padoli in on this. We're going to transition to the point Linford made that we depend on donors. Like Eddie Johnson went to Norway and other the been backing. We from Eddie we transition to George Weah. The backing still continue. Our government came up with a nonsense. They're going to raise taxes on people. They're going to increase the budget to 1.2 billion, including money from metal steel, 200 million, including money from access recovery, 10 million. That the access recovery, the money will come from bonus and others. They will sell their cars to get that money back. That is the thinking. So next year, we should not far. The country should raise one 1.2 billion in our covers. But today, what happened? The foreign minister Sarah met with a U.S. counterpart in at the American embassy. They went to beg the American for money again. So America decided to give them $124 million to help with the health sector for 5 years. And they think it's a big thing now for them because they praising the American for helping them. But how on earth, if you can raise 1.2 billion, why are you depending on other taxpayer money?
Yeah, but have you forgotten when they said 75% of the budget will come from
They,
donor funding? You see it?
yes,
So you see, what they forgetting to know, what they are forgetting to know right now, Padolo will come in, but what they are forgetting to know right now is that no, the donor countries and agencies, they go by record. All the money you've been receiving, what have you done with it? And government is continuity. Now, this government took over from another corrupt government that received a whole lot of funding, that also received or took a whole lot of debt. But this money, nobody know how the money was used. So if you come that government's continuity, yeah, they will blame the past government, but they will blame you. What have you done to curtail the same thing that the past government was doing? And you are doing almost the same thing. You, Mr. President, you just built $10 million compound. Now, people will say, how do we know it's $10 million? Because that's the first figure that came up to public. The government had not come up with any clear-cut document to say no, this and that. In fact, they have had conflicting information surrounding that project. So the public is left with the judgment to predict anything, to to prepare any amount of money out again, even say 20 million. Okay, because in the absence of the truth, what do you call it? Um, Suspicion will prevail. So the donor agencies, the donor countries, the friendly governments and things that help us will look at record. So we're not just dumping our money. And every time every government comes, they get all that money. They can come no good account, no good accountability. And then the foreign government comes and does the thing. So they do not, the donors, they're suffering from fatigue. What we are experiencing now is donor fatigue. So they 124 million, not any money that America
yeah.
can give like, but they know that even if they give 500
But
million, it will not still do nothing.
they said for 5 years. But you know, you at Padona, you come in because you're in a door government. When the American go to give you huge money like that, they send their expertise with that money. So they'll be paying their own people with that money.
Of course.
So Padona was saying because this happened in the door government. I remember Doe needed some help and they brought some how they call it this specialist that they took to Ministry of Finance. Since there is an ongoing thing, they always say, "Oh, we'll give money," but they send the expert behind the money. But the other one
Yeah,
say you is it is
you
will
know,
Labrador benefit from anything?
yeah, you see what happened, gentlemen, the problem we have, we are our own problem, including the average citizens, the ordinary peoples. Everybody is a problem for that country. Because if we can have a positive thinking about our future, these are the end result we can inhale. You see, the point of the matter, this money we're talking about, they say they're going to help on the health sector. The people know fully well, they know our record, past record, and present record, that we believe in lavishing, misusing the phone and here and there and rest of it. If the people have feeling, real feeling for our country, they will give us the money and bring somebody to monitor it. Like what happened in Samuel Doe time. It happened in Samuel Doe administration. They brought experts, and the experts then were in finance. If you go in for budget to sign for anything, this expert have to approve of it before he can go. At the end of the day, the Brown government fed out with the American government. What happened finally? They even come out, they say, in fact, say, whatever they people got for, or we got for you, we will pay it. Because they were struggling then to steal. And when they were doing that, the government got angry. So Liberia situation have been on and on and on up to present. So What's happening right now, from my view, about the present government, they have so record to the war, international war, that they don't respect something we call rule of law. That is a clear, open secret. Everybody's seen it. They saw it. How they been behaving. The president, the Speaker of the House, the Senate, and the Vice President, everybody got tinted record in terms of rule of law. None of them respecting rule of law. So can the international communities have any or live, trust in today? No, it's not possible. Even the blind man will not do it. Paul, you and Linford, you and I will know how we're getting our money here. We know how we're getting. So can somebody tell you in Labrador, give me 1,000 or 10,000 to do business for you? Will you just easily trust the person to give in? No, because the past record, those that being having such of benefits, opportunity, they are the misuses. So you know fully well how you getting the money here. You will not just take your money and give it to them. You rather go there and sit, sell your money, and see how, if you have the need to do it, to monitor it. So the liberal situation, I'm happy that the American government, but I want you and I to understand one thing. The government that right now managing the affair of the American, the president is very much unpredictable person. He knows fully well that we all know how unpredictable is that man. So if
Right,
he
right,
if we even sleep tonight and wake up tomorrow morning and say, in fact, that country is a sharehold country, I'm not going to borrow myself with them. They are not being serious people. It's possible. That's America.
great.
The Donald Trump administration. So I hope they will be able to give her the money to help the help settle.
So, thank you. I want us to close this program on Joseph Nima Barker, the president. They call him the Excellency Doctor. Pretty soon he'll be Doctor Joseph Nima
Mm.
Barker.
Anybody
At
can
the
be that.
age of Yeah, at the age of 80, but I think he's more than 80 because according to the story, he does not know his date of birth, so he could be 86,
Mm-hmm.
87.
Mm-hmm.
This old man who today he wear customary suit with his name on it, JMB. He wear $850 shoes. He drive 1.6, $1.1 million bulletproof car, and he's begging, going around begging for money. So if somebody like that came to me to beg for me, if I get billions of dollars, will I be able to help a person like that? That if you can ride 1.1 million, $1.2 million bulletproof car, you wear customized suit that costs not less than 600 pounds per suit, you wear $850 shoes, and then you can't stay in front of me and beg me, will I give you money? Guys, this is the country that we're faced with. Our lawmakers, they are the highest law paid lawmakers in the world. Then they go begging all the taxpayer for money. Does this make sense? Where is Liberia heading? Padoli, I start with you and I want Linford to close on this one.
Thank you very much. Listen, the thing, so Paul, you and I, we are now a teenager. We saw the starting of the administration from onset. The old man king was so many lies. He said so many lies. The old man, if it was a country that people really, really serious about or integrities of a people, but now the thing impinge the old man. The old man came publicly and make it clear to the people. He said, my people, me, I'm a humble person. I don't believe in materialistic issue. If even right now, I can tell you people, the, all the time I work for this country, I never steal no money. I even leave you alone right now. I paying them money. So the job when you're giving to me, even it cost me to ride wheelbarrow to go to work, I will do it. I just want to do the job for you people. I want ordinary citizens. I want everybody to benefit. I'm a humble person. People trusted him as an older person making such a statement. You say, yeah, I think let me try the old man. He said, I was working with Madame Seri. She kept me aside. She never used me. She never utilized me. I'm a productive person. You give me the chance to serve you. The people say, okay, we'll give it to you. The first thing he decided to do, the house that you've been living in for 40 years, sooner you get there, you decide to transform the house. Spend almost 5 million on that house right now to transform the house. That's the first thing he did. All these flamboyant thing that Paul just been talking about, the shoes, the wars, and this and that, and rest of it. Thing that he never do when he was at the age of 25 to 30 years or 40 years. That kind of, he was in a position, he could have buy all this thing, he could have all these things that he never do it. Now he start wearing it. He taking the control money to go and pay something to Foya tomorrow or day after. If he not in power, the grass will take over in this place. Those money is supposed to be used on the Vira County Hospital to transform the country. The money that we earn that he's spending on that place, they could use that money. Each of the referral hospital in our country could have a 2 or 3 ambulance, dialing machines and all the kind of thing there. They are not looking at all that. The old man who said that he will ride wheelbarrow to go to work, now he riding $1.2 million car of such a human being. If it are any country that people look at integrity, but now they finish in peace because he lied to the people. So it think where he going to say he going to lobby for money, the people will give it. Everywhere he gone, everywhere he been going to lobby for the money. When it's about 2 years now, he been in power for 2 years. Can any of Mr. Linford and Mr. Chopley, can any of you tell me yet the country that he went to, this is the amount that they have given to him to come and help the country? That will count the country. No, South Korea, he went there, zero. He went to China, zero. He went all these places, Malaysia, zero. He went all these places. Can anybody tell me they ever gave him a penny? Because it's in the history of him. He's a good and professional liar. And but the worst part is those that he administrating, they don't care. They don't care about the thing that he's doing to them. So the people will never give up money. It's not possible. It's not possible. I've not seen it. People
Right,
happy, I don't know,
right,
but I don't see it. I don't see any sense
right.
that the people will definitely send any money to rescue us. Because we
So,
ourselves cannot rescue ourselves.
so Linford,
So that's why I can say in that old man issue. The old man issue, when you think about it, some of us who got pressure, we don't want to be talking about it too much.
please don't get Linford. So what say you? This guy, the $10 million house that has been put out in 4 years, they can't tell where the money came from. $1.1 million bulletproof car. The man wear customized suit with his name on the JMB. He wear $850 shoes. The guy wearing the best Rolex watch on the planet Earth. And this guy is living large and he go begging for money to help the country. But then the lawmakers hijack the country. All the money goes to them. So we just how the American now going to come in with $124 million for the next 5 years to help with the health sector. So if all of these things that they're doing, $10 million in 4 years, $1.1 million bulletproof car, all those money could not go to the hospital. What say you, my brother?
The president is the president. Given the kind of system we have in Liberia, where the president has absolute power, and when the president fights so vigorously to have the to have control of the back camera system of government that we have, where we have the legislatures divided into two, the upper and the lower house, and the president manages to take control of the lower house, and the upper house is already under his arm. What do you expect? Even no, let me tell you, if the president could bring down the sky and enter the place to go heaven and walk on Golden Street, he would do it because he has all the power. I mean, nobody will stand before him. Uh, Imagine the man was elected for 6 years term, and he already started preparing for 12 years already ahead. So this is what we call absolute power in a democratic system, absolute democracy. Okay, it should be absolute monarchy, but now we have democracy, so you can have absolute democracy. So but I mean, to a very serious point, um, the president should dress well. I will give him that one. I don't expect the old man to be wearing nothing that he used to be wearing before. Where when he walking, he look like scarecrow. Anyway, scarecrow. The face they still put clothes on it. That the old man used to look. You know, he had one suit. I know that Henry Costa suit or Costa bought for him, and he wore that trouser.
The sleeves.
Yeah, you could hardly see a finger or a whole hand were in that coat, and then the trouser were hanging, the father on him, and the father hanging all the shoes. So I don't expect to see the woman dressing like that now. No, let's be frank. This is the president, man. The president needs to look decent when you go beg, even though you are beg up on the way you appear. Somebody told me that when they do job interview, people, the most handsome people or most beautiful people tend to get, or best dressed people tend to get a job because that's why maybe that's somebody the interviewer is looking for. So the president go to bed, and you expect him to be wearing one Yabalo trouser, something like Scooby. So when I mean that's why they got part of the budget that say miscellaneous in the president's budget. But let's move to the projects, like the $10 million project. You see, this is where I don't understand because they took over from a government when Charles reacted to power. It took literally 2 years, and he did a same thing. He transformed his house on 9th Street. He started to build a condominium. He built the Folklore Church and what they play. What do you call that compound where the church is? Something.
You mean the rehab?
Rehab?
Yeah, yeah. But they get a place man, where they get a church.
Fucking club.
No, there's a name for that place. Okay.
Anyway, flow.
Yeah. So Joshua did all those things simultaneously in his second and third years, and then everybody was complaining about it. So this rescue mission would have seen that mistake that the past president made. Okay, and then for him to come and begin to repeat the same thing. So I think there is something in that executive mansion that when you become president, you just feel that you are above everybody in Liberia. Everybody else is your property. You can do exactly what you want, and nobody will question you. And that's exactly what the woman is doing. And again, I blame with the voters. Now, 2 days ago or 2 or 3 days ago, you saw people turn out. Even people who they say they are rescue people, but some of them turned out, some of them were literally walking and they couldn't get better water to drink. But still, people turning out. You see, so this is a country that we have that the voters do not care for themselves. They do not care for themselves. They care for somebody's interest. as long as the person who they love is to where they want that person to be, man, we saw the thing George we are done. And we seeing it again. So for me, I get tired with Liberian post sometimes. I get tired talking that thing. But again, this is our country. We cannot get tired. If we get tired with it, no, we can't sell it to anybody. So we just have to keep talking. But the voters will have to practice that change that they want. They have to think. And I can tell them point blank that this government will do what they're doing now. They can do more than this. This is their best. In a second year, this is their best. In year 3, they will still be trying to do this thing, but year 4 and 5 will be campaign and will be business. So for you UP supporters, you who believe that heaven is going to come down, my friend, you lie. If it didn't come down in the first 2-3 years, the last 3 years, forget it. It's not coming down. They'll be preparing to bring it down for 2029, but not this 20 from
So
2023 to 2026. No.
so Linford and Padole quite you're quite right. And Linford, the puppy can wear a suit. Well, it doesn't have to be JMB on it. He can still wear a nice suit as a president. But there should have to be somebody who design his like Michael Jordan for Christ's sake, man. He's not 14-year-old, 25-year-old anymore. And he went they Lieutenant Colonel had with JMB on it. What's that, man, for Christ's sake? So but he just said something here regarding Saturday. This party that were evicted from their party headquarters because all of them in government, all of them, including the party chairman, they all in government. So they want to raise $1.3 million to build party headquarters all around the place. So common sense tell me that the president, I don't think he have a clue. If he came to rescue the people and you decided to build $10 million house in 4 years, and you decided to ride $1.1 million bulletproof car, and you decided to wear customers to that cost over 500-600 pounds, and you buy $850 shoes, and you wear the most expensive Rolex watch. What sort of rescue you can rescue this guy? There is a former president of Chile, older man that Joseph Barker ate. He had one oval welcome. He said he came to serve the people. He was never there to be rich. But that old man who 86-year-old decided to be rich before his death. God, what say you, man? Yo, we should not
Okay.
sugarcoat the thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
this in that Pataki wrote, I think it makes sense. Or the question is raising that the UP, I don't know whether they raise this money on Saturday or they want to raise it. I don't know. But if they raise this money according to what Pataki wrote here, no. And most of the time I mean, for the few time I'll be talking on this show like somebody who does not make research because actually my mind is not yet set up. I'm still struggling to get through my laws. And so I'm not too much on social media. I'm not too much engaged in this reading and thing. So sometimes when I talk simple thing that I'm supposed to know before talking, if I don't know it, forgive me, the audience. But if the UP actually raised this amount $1.3 million on Saturday, but the important question Patas is asking is if we actually believe that UP can raise this money. If they have raised this money, you think it's a UP on Saturday that raised this money? 1.3
No.
million.
That
So the
no.
question is, there is something behind that question. It means that if they actually raise this money, it cannot be that UP that turned out that I saw most of them. It cannot be them. So this money is coming from somewhere. That's the point he's making. Because it's like
But
probably they
but
spend
let
their
me
money.
let, let, let me let me help you here, Leopold. Let me help you.
Mhm.
Let me help you. They can raise that money. Yesterday, Mo Ali were eating in Lapapido. Today, he on a salary money $15,000. The party secretary is also controlling LPRC. Hmm. You think on it? The guy out the gateway of Liberia is another party saying they raise $40 million a year, but it's not in the national budget. So the party chairman, he's a head of a board. I just gave you so the whole party, the hierarchy in government. So among them, they can raise it.
Hmm.
This is
Okay,
the point. So that means the
okay. Here is
government now need. Yeah, okay, so talk to me. This is the
yeah.
point.
So here is the meat. Here is the meat of the whole discussions. It means that the money that is supposed to go to government coffers, the money that is supposed to go to the country, is what they are using because most of the money they're getting is not going through the budget. So it's not reflecting in the budget. So it's on the side, like for instance, the money from the port. I was reading some funny story today by one guy who wrote something about how the current management of the port took over from the past management and they were in debt. They are indebted to Echo Bank and some other people. Blah blah blah. Okay, so they use this excuses that we took over from a broken government or we took over a broken government and we're in debt. And so they siphon the money, they siphon the money through those means that uh, they are paying debt and all these things. So it's possible that if they raise this money, that's the money that's supposed to actually go to the state coffers, but they are
Yeah,
raising it, to do what? To build 15 political party headquarters around the 15 countries. I think they are thinking about establishing a one party system where they'll be like a three party, and they don't know. And I always say this: Liberians are not stupid anymore. Liberian for war, they say no how to fight war. And somebody want to think that they can encroach on it, they can say bring down that government. So this is just pure nonsense. And this is where me, I don't have fear to say. Because if you don't say it the right way and you don't say the right thing, people will think that it cannot happen. No, but that nonsense they can be talking, oh, we don't want to fight that lie. It was difficult for Liberia to fight war when they have not fought war because they didn't know it. But now they have fought war, they know it. Okay, so you can't jab them with you can't make them scared with war anymore. So if you think that anybody think that you can come and trick the people and say, oh, we establish one state, one party state, and we'll be there forever, oh, it's a big lie. Unless you change the constitution, you make Liberia a kingdom or monarchy, or
yeah,
else, as long as it remains a democracy, forget it, my friend. If you try anything, you'll forget that thing. When they say like people don't want to fight war, the people are hungry, they want to fight. Anybody fire gun, they'll pull fire. Whether that one day was it or fight it. We saw the thing. Imagine we have major war in Liberia, 1990 war. Then within the war, there was small war fighting within the war. Even down in Monroe, we had April 6, we had September 18, and all these things. So people can fight war when they're angry. And you don't try the people who know war. So that the fact that people are afraid to say, that's a fact. And when anything happens, we
yeah,
all will be affected. So we got to say this fact, let the people know, let them start acting that they some super people that they get more power more than the lie. The poor people down there, they get the power when guns start firing. All of you who eating the money, you go high yourself, you try your head and come out to see whether your head can flush in and come out. You go high under your bed. I can tell because we saw this thing. And that's why people are afraid to say, oh, you can't say that. I'm not saying war is coming, but if you do the thing that can create war, why make the program kick back? They will kick back.
right. So, Padole, yeah, let's see, you're close on the thing here because what happened? These guys are thieves. Me, I know they are thieves. That's the bottom line because the whole party, their hierarchy in government. So when they come and say, "Oh, we're going to have fundraiser, we're going to do this, we're going to do that," that is just flat. We all
Yeah,
know
that's what.
that they,
The fact is what Bataki is saying here that all the trade they're making, they're receiving money, but they come
yeah,
and add that they didn't get money, and they want to use that money to entice the people to vote for them. Okay,
yeah,
we build I call it 15 political headquarters. Now the Unity Party is popular. We got party headquarters all over the countries. Okay, number one
yeah,
and number two, we're creating 14 new seats and people. Look, all those things that are trick. The library, nobody's stupid now. Nobody's stupid. And do not try any
yeah.
funny thing. Yaka.
All right.
Yeah. So,
Look here. I
Dolly,
was
talk to us. Talk to us about this stealing as an investigator. This is
yeah,
your field.
yeah, you see, to be honest, the real problem is open secret. The best thing that I believe that can solve our problem is to bless always somebody who will prefer to respect the rule of law, to make the rule of law superior to anybody.
Patrolling.
If
No
that
boys coming in.
happen,
I come in patrolling, you talk,
the
I'll tell you to talk.
system
I'm
that
not
we
stopping you.
have,
I'm not stopping you.
we need
Just
to
stop the thing
revisit the
about let God bless
system
one with
and some
somebody.
of the
Because it's not
costs
coming
within
down
the
to force for all.
constitution.
The deaf voting Librarian
Need
supposed to
oh
do that.
shit,
Let them
my
know.
goodness.
Yeah,
Did you
sorry.
get? Did you? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I will
I
not
was
continue off. I will not continue off. Or the thing, oh, let's pray to God, let God come. No, then go coming to
no.
bless
I'm not.
anybody. Any good person.
No.
The photo,
Even you going to bed. Even you are going to bed. I say. I say. Even you are going to bed, you will ask God to forgive you. So for
okay,
what happened throughout the day. Okay. Here is the situation. What I'm saying here is this thing here. I'm an elderly person. I have gone through so many things in that country. I went through so many things. I saw so many things. Uh, the problem we have right now, we're not respecting the rule of law until we can allow the rule of law to be superior to everybody. The country will always go like this. Those that we consider them as a lawmaker, they are the best lawbreaker today in our country. Where do you expect a good thing to come from? For God's sake, those that are making the law to better the people's life, they they become the lawbreaker. You don't respect the president who is there to enforce the law. He is there denying and neglecting the proper rule of law. When we ask him, they say, "I'm going for the Quran." Even the Quran is wrong. So where do you think we are going? The system need to be changed, and something need to be done to make sure that every citizens of our country benefit the fruit of our nation. That country, as I'm talking to you, I've been to every corner of Liberia, every town, every city, every town that they call city in that country. I've been there in Liberia. I know how we down to nothing after 100 and some more years. I was there. I will go, I've traveled to different corner of our country. I see how the people are struggling to survive. The government have not been looking after us from time to time. These people we call a democratic government, they are behaving like a junta, a military junta. So I can, for me, I will always say this. I say we should pray that someone will come and respect the rule of law to put the country on a appropriate stage and it transform
Okay,
the country. That's what I can say.
right. So let me have my 1 cent in this. We have tried criminals in Liberia. We have tried thieves in Liberia. We tried liars in Liberia, people who pretend, and the result we keep getting is the same. This story came about that George Weah had $85 million, but it turned out to be he was a broker. And when he came to office, he started building condominiums. The same thing, Joseph Numa Boyka was the most sincere politician in Liberia that never stole even a pencil from all the ministry he worked in. So he was not the one to be corrupt. But in the blink of our eyes, then Pape decided to build $10 million house in Foya. That's a big question mark. And our politicians sitting now, no one is saying anything about it. Where did he get the money from to build those $10 million? That's an impeachable offense. He cannot account who built it, who gave him the money, where he got the money from. So this is the time that I think now people should start looking at politicians that already ready made that have money. They're not coming in to say, oh, I come in rob Ferrari for the first time in my life because they made me president. But they have already robbed Ferrari, they have robbed private jets. This is why I would say Liberia should now start considering the third option. And that third option in my mind, among all the politicians so far, I see is Alexander B. Cummings. That I want to close the show to say Liberia should start looking at that direction. Gentlemen, it was a
Okay.
pleasant night.
Yeah,
I
let me
want
just give
all of
one
us to
second
say
close.
something before we
Let me
close.
just give one closing. And for me, I don't believe that we need to pray to any God somewhere that will bring somebody. No, the God we have to bring us a good leader are ourselves. Because the leader that will bring upon ourselves will not is not ruling over God. So God not feeling no pain. We are the one feeling pain. So it's time for us to make the wisest decision. We have tried all these people. That nonsense that somebody was in government for 50, 60 years, and so they get experience. You know what experience they got? They got a stealing experience from the 50 years ago government. That's nothing happened to.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's the same kind of idea they will bring in government. And I will emphasize again, no, if you want this country to improve, say we are a nation of begging or beggars. We are a begging nation. If you want this country to improve on our begging, we need somebody who got an outside contact. Instead of one Joe Blow who is just saying in Liberia that I know nothing, that outside of Liberia that waiting to get there and the small money that will get to take it and improve he and his family's life. And then we say we expect change. Allah, you need to expose the world is a global village. The people, the outsiders that will go to, they want to do business with somebody who got contact, somebody who they know, somebody who they can trust. Instead of one Choblo that I take from Bongonima to come and be your president, you will not go anywhere. I want to close right there for today. Let's leave some PR for the next discussions.
Okay. Thank you, Linford and Padole. Thanks. There was a great discussion tonight. We're back here on Friday, and we'll be looking at. I got this clip from the former Chile president at the age of 86. This man lived in a little village as president with one old rotting car, and he only had 5 police officers as his bodyguard. He said he need all of these big woo-wah around him. He already an 86-year-old man who's gonna kill him for what? He's not stealing the country money. We want to compare that man with Joseph Yuma Barker, the man who lied to Liberians that he walked from 4 years to Morovia, which was not true. Because when we did a calculation, according to his age, he was 9 years old. And he said his mother was disabled. So all the stories that he been telling is all lies. We'll be looking at his lifestyle and comparing with the guy from Chile next Friday. Joseph Barker graduated from Kinema High School, went to Liberia and went to CWA and graduated. And he lied to the Liberian people saying he walked from a village. When did he graduate from Kinema? And when did he enter CWA? We'll be looking at that on Friday. So join us next Friday. It'll be interesting. We're going to deep down Joseph Numa Barker history. How did he conjure the Liberian people? He was never born in Liberia. And today he played what we call play the fool until you give wisdom. So that's what he did. He conjured Liberian, put the ball into his idea. He's president today. But it's time that we deep out of him. So on that note, gentlemen, it was a great night, and I think we're all here on Friday. Linford, send her home with some nice music if you can.
All right. Have a lovely night, everybody. I wish to see you guys on Friday. Thank you very much for being with us.
Yeah. You meet the Linford?
Now I'm
Like I
leaving.
said, next Friday or coming, not next Friday, but this Friday coming, we'll be here. That's just about 2-3 days from now. We'll be here and to do what we do best. That is to give you the information as they unfold. And we want to thank you for being with us. Without you, we cannot be here, and without us, you also cannot be here because, of course, we're not just sit down and watch our television when nothing is happening. So we want to send you home with this beautiful music by this Liberian artist, Toma Baby.
Clappy ENT, baby. Give me that. Toma, baby. Boy, give me that. We get swagger, we get dresser, we get Scooby-Doo. We get casabon like checking phone. We get palopo, we get slick when we get BBQ. If you say you grown up, I say I grown up too. For anything like open while I flag and die inside. So Jebby there, you Jebby talking plenty. If you feel you're not enough, then you want photo copy. Boy, you and your grown up man, it can make me scary. Lying for ya, but lying for ya. If you feel you more than me, then lying for ya. Lying for ya, but lying for ya.